Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal, and I welcome you all in a very exciting and fun-filled meeting of Cloud 132 Toastmasters Club. Cloud 132 Toastmasters Club is the first and only online club in Pakistan. And in this club, we can have the meetings and share evaluations, help improve our feedback and critical thinking skills as well. Toastmasters allows us not just this, but also to improve our communication skills, our public speaking skills, our time management, and leadership skills as well. As we know, the motto of Toastmasters meeting is to encourage us to do something, to take action, so that we could improve our communication skills. So may I request you all to please turn on your video so that we could see your smiling faces and unmute your mics and repeat the motto of the meeting with me. For better thinking,
For better thinking,
for better listening,
for better listening,
for better speaking,
for better speaking,
we learn by doing.
we learn by doing.
By the way,
Certainly, most certainly, we all learn by doing. We all learn and improve our communications by taking in the action so that we could improve. That's from my side. Thank you so very much for listening carefully. May I request our presiding officer for today's meeting, who is none other than a president of Crowd 122 Toastmasters Club, a very energetic, creative, and enthusiastic soul, none other than Toastmaster Rehana. Toastmaster Rehana, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal, for warm welcome. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I welcome all of you into another exciting meeting of Cloud 122 Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters is a platform that helps people in learning leadership and communication skills. Leadership and communication skills are deemed as power skills. Some time back, they were called as soft skills, but now they are called as power skills. And each and every human being needs them so that he or she can live his or her life to the fullest and he or she can make a difference in the world. Dear all, we have guest Rajaram with us and another guest joined us. Her name is Arfa. Arfa, are you there with us? We are happy to have Rajaram with us. Rajaram has joined us from South Punjab, Rahim Yar Khan. He has done masters in English and his passion is to teach. And teaching, as all of us know, that teaching is a very noble profession. And all of us in Toastmasters, we have learned that Toastmasters are lifelong learners. They help people learn and they also keep on learning throughout their Toastmasters journey. We are so happy to have Rajaram with us and we hope that Rajaram will enjoy Toastmasters meeting with us. Dear Toastmasters, now I'm going to hand over the control to Toastmaster of the day for today. Toastmaster of the day is the one who will be hosting the show today. Our Toastmaster of the day for today is very energetic, enthusiastic, and passionate Toastmaster. She is presently serving as Vice President Education of Cloud 122 Toastmasters. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I request all of you to give a warm welcome to our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Hina. Toastmaster Hina, stage is yours.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Rehana. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The theme of today's meeting is freezy, foggy winter's memories. Do you remember your childhood when there is winters and what you eat, what you ate with your family? The enjoyment you do you remember your enjoying day, your childhood memories with your family? Let me share my childhood memories when I enjoyed the winters, the foggy. You are thinking it would be maybe foggy or uh, freezy, but I belong to Karachi. I born in Karachi, so there is no fog. There is no fog in Karachi. But yes, it is freezy in nights, in evening, and in the morning. But in the middle afternoon, it's very warm weather in Karachi for 12 months. And the evening and morning are only evening and mornings are cold. So I remember when we were sat together and eat so many dry fruits with my siblings, with my parents. It was very enjoyable days for me. Do you remember your let's share your childhood freezy, foggy memories with us. Toastmaster Rajaram.
Yes, ma'am. There is no fog here too, but we are enjoying this dry cold too. It's very cold weather, but no fog over here.
Okay, let's share your childhood memory. Did you sit together and enjoy the summer days, sorry, winter's days with your family?
We usually went to our maternal grandfathers and enjoyed our winters by chewing sugar canes and eating sags and playing a lot of games over there. And that was a very beautiful era of my life.
Wow, sag is the thing that every child or every person eat during the winter season. It's a traditional dish for us. So Toastmaster Arpa also joined us. Toastmaster Arpa, would you like to say something about your childhood winters, foggy and freezy memories? Do you share anything? Arpa, are you with us? Okay, Toastmaster Javeria.
Yes, Toastmaster Henna.
Would you like to share your childhood freezy, foggy memories because you belong to Lahore and definitely you see since long the days. Let's share something.
Yes, Toastmaster Henna. I now live in Lahore, but I am basically from the mountains. So I was born in mountains. So KPK is my land, you can say, where my family belongs to, basically. So we have been migrated to Punjab, but our souls and our roots are there in those mountains and in those heights. And not just about the freezing or the foggy memories. The overall weather there is, um, I think, very, very pleasant, very enjoyable. Even in summers, you don't feel like you're sweating or you are just exhausted or something. You enjoy your time there. And specifically with freezing, I can recall the memories of snow. So we actually lived when it was snowing, and it was 8 kilometers from Nashera. That was a place I probably have discussed before as well, Chirat. And what a beautiful place that was. I was in 8th standard when I was living there, and living in snow is very different than visiting somewhere where there is snowing, because it's very difficult, and we used to have limited water available because it was a cantonment area and it was very difficult to I think supply water to every house there. So I think with that concept, with the concept of scarcity and with the concept of enjoying the resources we had. It was altogether beautiful. And actually seeing that snow in your house, just in your garden, I think that feeling is beyond the feeling when you go to a place like Murray, or everybody's actually in trying to enjoy their kind of snow. It's very rushy, it's very muddy. That snow is no more actually the color of white. That becomes I think brown, or you know very muddy. So I think that is very beautiful. And the winter there, the temperature there, that is enjoyable. The weather we have right now in Punjab is very dry, very cold, and it actually basically sickens you. If you go to mountains, it's a very good, very enjoyable winter. So you actually can get yourself warm and comfortable. And obviously, the dry fruits, the protein intake in KPK and in the mountains is for the reason because those people are more active because of the mountains, and they are more, I would say, more active, and I think more simpler people than we have been in our lands. So they use simple spices and great meals and warm bone broths and dampukht, which is actually their traditional dish, which is made under the what do you call it, under the soil, and it's something amazing. So with the food, with the weather, with the people, it's great enjoyable memory I always recall, and it's very close to my heart. I think I took so much of my time. You actually,
Mhm.
Toastmaster Hina, took me to those uh,
Yes,
times.
we also enjoy with we are also enjoying with you. And I also feeling the thing how you live in mountains and enjoy each and everything. Yes, the people live in mountains are very active because of their physical activities and protein take and dumpuk. Oh my God, it's very tasty. I ate when I visited there. So it was.
And we were very close to the wildlife as well. So we were used to hear announcements in the cantonment that please keep it to your houses, and
Hmm,
there are pumas and there are leopards
hmm,
wandering outside. So it's good
wow.
to be safe. So I think that was amazing when you see wildlife right out of your window.
Hmm.
It's amazing and dangerous at the same time.
Wonderful.
I love winters.
Hmm.
So that is it. I think that says much about what I like.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Javeria, for the wonderful memories you shared with us. So, Toastmasters, it is the time to start to continue the first segment of the meeting. Basically, it's three segments. It contains three segments. First is speeches, prepared speech session. Second is table topic, and third is journal evaluation segment. But before starting the segments, I would like to call the role holders that will help me to run the meeting smoothly. First, I'd like to call Toastmaster Faisal to please tell us the timing report, timing not report, timer's role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hannah. Dear Toastmasters and guests, this is the timer for today's meeting. As the timer, I'm going to keep track of of the table topic speeches that each speaker is gonna say about, and I prepare speeches as well. I'm gonna time the evaluators along the meeting. So each speaker is allowed to speak for a minimum time duration. And if they exceed the time duration, they're gonna be disqualified. For example, in the table topic session, we have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute, for a minimum of 1 minute, minimum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And when the speaker has spoken for 1 minute, it would be shown the green card. When the speaker has spoken for 1.5 minutes, the yellow card would be shown. And when the speaker has spoken for 2 minutes, red card will be shown. So when the red card is shown, please wrap up your speech because you're going to have grace period of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So likewise, we have the time duration for prepared speeches as well. Uh, For 5 minutes, we're gonna show the green card, and for 6 minutes, we're gonna show the yellow card, and for 7 minutes, we're gonna show the red card. Likewise, for the valuations, we're gonna show the green, yellow, and red cards according to the time durations. That's from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Hannah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal, for the timers report. Next, we have our counter, Toastmaster Javeria. Toastmaster Javeria, please tell us your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hina. As an counter today, the purpose of my role is to note the words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who is speaking in the meeting. And during the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase. And at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. A quick tip to avoid these ahs and arms is to not make a sound while you are thinking. Think silently in your mind, in your head, and then speaks. Take your time because the pause doesn't look bad if it's not with a sound. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Javeria, for the wonderful tips as well. Now be vigilant, don't make and Next, the role is Toastmaster Rehana as a grammarian. Toastmaster Rehana, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hina. As a grammarian, I will be listening to all of you carefully. I will note down outstanding use of English language. I will also be noting down any poor use of English language, be it grammar mistakes or otherwise. Dear Toastmasters, it's also my job to introduce word of the week for today. Our word of the week is panacea. Panacea is a noun. It means a remedy for all diseases. It also means an answer or solution for all problems. For example, his economic philosophy is a good one, but he tries to use it as a panacea. I encourage all of you to use panacea in your responses. It means a remedy for all illnesses or an answer or solution for all problems. Like all of us are looking for panacea. Our idiom of the week is last resort. It means the only choice that remains after all others have been tried. As a last resort, we could ask your mother to help. Dear Toastmasters, I encourage all of you to use our word of the week, panacea, and our idiom of the week, last resort, in your responses. I will be sharing them in the chat box as well. Thank you so much, Ma'am Toastmaster of the day. I will be taking another minute to welcome our new member, Toastmaster Talha Tariq, into our meeting. Toastmaster Talha, we welcome you into the meeting. I hope you will have fun with us, and I also like you to introduce yourself, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rehana. And yes, Toastmaster Talha, welcome here. In Toastmaster, we have panacea of all communication troubles. Can we use like this, panacea? Because panacea is can be used as in Urdu, we can say ilaj, panacea. Okay. So it was all from the role holders. Thank you so much. The first segment of Toastmasters meeting and in our meeting is table topics. So table topics, sorry, prepared speech session. And Toastmaster Javeria is our first speaker. Toastmaster Rehana is evaluating her speech So Toastmaster Hannah, please come forward and share the speech project levels.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Toastmaster of the day. Our prepared speaker for today is Toastmaster Javeria. She will be delivering a project 3 from level 1 of presentation mastery pathway. Title of the speech is Mighty Silence, Mere Words. Purpose of speech is vocal variety. Let me share the purpose of this project with you. The purpose of this project is to practice using vocal variety or body language. I'm sorry. The purpose of this project is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. This member has, that's it. This is the purpose of this project. Over to you, ma'am, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Javeria, mighty silence, mere
Stage
words.
is yours, please.
Mighty silence, mere words, Toastmaster Javeria.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hina. Before I start, I would like to, yes, Toastmaster Faisal.
I just want to know the speech minutes, Toastmaster Javeria. Thank you.
Speech
The
minutes?
time duration of
5 to
your
7,
speech.
5 to 7 minutes.
5 to 7.
And the purpose
I'm
of the
gonna
speech.
show.
Sorry?
So I'm gonna show the red card on 7 minutes, the green on
Yes.
5, and yellow on 6.
Yes, exactly. And the purpose of the speech is specifically vocal variety, Toastmaster Hina, because this project had 2 options and I chose vocal variety, rather body language. Please let me know who is the timer. Okay, Toastmaster Faisal. Let me know when I can start. Give me a thumbs up. Toastmaster Faisal, when can I start? Please give me a thumbs up. A wise man once said, nothing. Everything that's created comes out of silence. Thoughts emerge from the nothingness of silence. Words come out of this void. Your very essence emerged from emptiness. All creativity requires some stillness. My fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests, silence is not simply an absence of noise. It doesn't mean nothing. It's a part of communication equally important as speech. And Thomas Carlyle beautifully expressed that silence is as deep as eternity and speech as shallow as time. A well-timed pause is more effective than any single word uttered. And that's my topic for today. The mighty silence, the mere words. You might think how silence is meaningful for speech. The context of a situation defines the power and the message of silence. Constructive silence moves a discussion forward. Like silence is a source of great strength, while destructive silence shuts down all communication. It creates barriers that discourage speakers from expressing their thoughts. As George Bernard Shaw believed that silence is the most perfect expression of scorn, disrespect. So silences can be leaden and they can be golden. We experience many negative silences like awkward, appalled, embarrassed, defensive, and fearful silences. These are all leaden silences. And positive golden silences like confident, comfortable, respectful, reflective, and peaceful silences are helpful tools for enhancing our communication and managing our relationships. Now, at times, silence may indicate pressure, hostility, or disagreement. When we experience anger, fear, or embarrassment, our cognitive mind shuts down. We feel enraged, furious, and unable to speak. On the other hand, silence can indicate profoundness, such as respect, awe, or even horror. It can indicate observation and empathy towards others. It can reflect authority and power. William Shakespeare writes that men of few words are the best men. Silence creates a listening space and deepens our understanding of others and our own selves. It can have different meanings in different cultures. For example, in negotiation, silence can be an asset. It's a very effective strategy. The negotiators listen and use the power of pause to strengthen the message. Sex is one of the hardest arguments to refute, to negate. Now, talking spiritually, silence is understood as the language of the soul. Like Mother Teresa said, God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer. See how nature grows in silence. See the stars, the moon, and the sun, how they move in silence. We need silence to be able to touch souls. Unquote. Excellent communicators elicit silence effectively. They are attentive to the need and use of silence in communication. And they avoid being pressurized into spilling when they know that silence is used to control. They understand and they offer silence as a mark of respect. Their high emotional intelligence and empathy allows them to interpret the silence of others and respond accordingly. Now, silence can serve many purposes in our personal and professional lives, but how you manage silence determines your level in communication. I found 3 key points on how silence is important. 1. Silence releases tension and stress. 2 minutes of silence are more relaxing than listening to relaxing music based on the changes in the blood pressure and the blood circulation in the brain. 2. Silence helps with better focus for high order thinking, decision making, and problem solving. And 3. Being quiet regenerates our brain cells. 2 hours of silence daily helps us to develop our new brain cells, which are associated to our learning, memory, and emotions. Fellow Toastmasters, Jim Rohn said, "The more you know, the less you need to say." And I believe that silence strengthens communication. Mindful silence enables reflection. Abraham Lincoln said that more a man speaks, the less he is understood. And it's not only said by the women, it is a natural phenomenon. Now, silence allows active listening. It allows you to think and reflect and focus. Leonardo da Vinci was of the view that nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. Now, silence helps us to consider others' responses and to react and respond accordingly. It also projects our own confidence that we are not rushed by circumstances. We take a pause and we think how to respond effectively. Silence also encourages others to express themselves. Rather, have you noticed we often rush to rescue someone hesitating or being uncomfortable? Let them take their time to express themselves and to make that silence constructive for them. Rumi said, "The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear." Fellow Toastmasters, let's learn the art of silence to master the eloquence of speech. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Javeria, for the wonderful speech. Silence is a source of great strength. Wonderful concept, wonderful idea. We also say in an Urdu proverb, it's कि एक चुप हजार मसलों का हल होती है. It's the panacea of thousands of problems. is hidden in one silence. So yes, with this beautiful message, we are moving toward the next segment of our meeting, that is table topic segment. And Muhammad Hassan also join us. He is connecting with audio. To Muhammad Hassan, most welcome in our meeting. So fellow Toastmasters, table topic is a segment in which you can think from your feet. You can think a unusual speeches you can deliver. It's not like a prepared speech. It's 1 to 2 minutes time you have to answer the question that will give from the table topic master. And the word of today's meeting, word of the day is panacea. I urge you to please use word of the day. Who want to answer the first table topic question? Toastmaster Faisal, Toastmaster Javeria, Toastmaster Talha, Toastmaster Rehana, and Muhammad Hassan. Toastmaster Faisal. You know the meaning of panacea. So, do you have any person in your life or anything that have the solution, that have the panacea of all difficulties in your life? So, who is he or she or a thing?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hena, for this thought-provoking question. I believe that no one during the course of my life, from the teenager moving towards adulthood, I've realized that no one can have that panacea, and no one can have that silver spoon or that magical spell to tell you all the answers to your questions. In my view, I don't think so, because when I was a teenager and when I was in my early childhood, I used to think that a good teacher must have all the answers to the questions. But with the passage of time, I've realized in my life that no, you should run away from that person who claims to have the answers to all of your questions. Nobody has. But what I inspire about any person or any mentor or any good teacher is that that person helps me develop my thought process to answer that question. As it is said that a good teacher can show you the way, it will not lead you towards that way, or it will not come with yourself to go to that way. That's very important for me as well. And that's how we can develop our human potential. And that's how I could also figure out what are my potentials, what are my weaknesses, what are my strengths, and how my thought process work. So as far as seeking the answers, I appreciate all the well-wishers who inspires or give me some glimpses of my answers. So I hope, so let me give you an example. For example, so I have a problem. I go to a mentor. I tell him or her, these are the situations, or he will give me a glimpse of, you could do this way. And that's how I could figure it out on my own. And that's how I will realize that, yes, he or she was right. I have that potential. I just have to put some effort. I don't know what time I have. However, I'm gonna share a very brief story. Yesterday, we were traveling from Multan to Behari, back to Behari, and at night it was very foggy. We can't see anything, and I was thinking to myself that that is also just a highway in which we are coming with fog at some times and with clarity at some times, and that's how life works as well. And that's how sometimes a thought or a mentor comes in our way, and that brings clarity. And afterwards, the foggy situation comes. That means that we are having another challenge that life is giving on us. And that's how this continues a loop until we reach our destination, what we may call it. So that's from my side. So to summarize it, so I don't think that anyone could have that panacea, but yes, a lot of good people could lead me to that panacea in the longer term. Over to you, Toastmaster Hina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal, for the wonderful answer. Yes, in our life, sometime we are thinking that not every person have the answer of our panacea or our problems, and different people in our life can help us for this purpose. Next, we have the idiom of for the day or the meeting, that is last resort, and it's also the meaningless last solution. So, do Toastmaster, anyone who want to my question? Okay, I'll tell you the first the question and then okay, Toastmaster Javeria. Do you have uh, any experience in your life where you feel that it's the last resort, nothing beyond it?
Thank you, Toastmaster Hina, for a very interesting and meaningful topic, I will say. And it is equally thought provoking to recall on an experience which tells me that whether it was my last resort or not. I think in every course of action, whether it was a project at a university, whether it was something personal, whether it was going for an interview, I believe my last resort was to give my best. One thing which I believe is that once you commit to give your best, then you exclude yourself from all the worries and the fears which are probably going to haunt you, that how was I, how well did I do, and what I'm going to do, or how will it turn out. So I think the last resort is just to believe in yourself and give your best. And another thing which is related to my this year resolution is to focus on the I would say rather intensity, focus on the consistency. So the last resort that works for anything you want to achieve in life, whether in your personal or professional lives, is to focus on consistency. There are going to be highs and lows in your life on daily basis. The intensity doesn't take you to the long route, unfortunately, because there are times, for example, if you start a diet, the first week is going to be very intense, but after probably 8, 9, 10 days, you lose it because you are losing on the intensity. You cannot stay that motivated every single day. So you need consistency. So you do little steps, but in the right direction. So I think the last resort, the second last resort can be the consistency. And the last but not the least, I would say kindness. So three are going to help you is to believe in yourself and do your best. The second was the consistency rather than intensity on daily basis. Then last, to basically focus on kindness in the give and take. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Wonderful answer, Toastmaster Javeria. Yes, believe in yourself, kindness, and each and everything you said was well said. Wonderful answer. So, Toastmaster Talha, I'd like to invite you in table topics, and I'd appreciate if you introduce yourself, and then I'll ask the question for table topics. Please unmute yourself, and I'd highly appreciate if you also open up your camera as well. Toastmaster Talha.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you guys?
Walaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah.
Apologies, actually, I was in a place like in a room where a lot of people were there, so I couldn't open up my mic or camera before. So yeah. Anyways, moving forward, my name is Talha. I am currently working as a freelancer in the Amazon FBA service industry. So I provide services to clients all over the world. People who want to start their Amazon stores and all, so we help them. I'm currently running a team of 5 people with my partner and 3 employees. And now I'm here basically to I basically wanted to join Toastmasters physically, but there were no clubs in my city. So I was then trying to find something online, and that's how I found this group, this club basically. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much for being here, Toastmaster Faisal. You are most welcome you here. And would you like to participate? I'll ask the simplest question.
I couldn't hear. Are you asking for me?
Yeah, a table topic question I'd like to ask you. The things
Um,
that, yeah, it would be
mhm.
very easy
Can you
question.
explain what that is? Because
Yes,
I was
you in
trying to
your
find a
table
room,
topics,
so
you just
I didn't hear what was going on
yeah,
before.
you just speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Those please keep timers in your mind. So timers Toastmaster Faisal, he will show green, yellow, and red card to you, and at red you will stop speaking. So in your table topic, basically
Okay.
you will tell us. I'll ask the question, and you will tell any story or anything that will come in your mind in 1 to 2 minutes. So
Okay, that sounds
the
difficult, but I'll try.
motivation, who is motivation in your life? Who give you motivation?
Uh, Currently, my motivation is to provide everything that my parents or my mother specifically missed in her life. So my current motivation is that. So I want to provide all the she and experiences and other facilities that she didn't have in her life. So that is what has motivated me to work hard and build this, starting my own business and all of that stuff. So yep, that's it. I haven't thought of anything else yet.
Hmm. Okay, thank you so much for your participation. But I'd uh, appreciate if you can add any story in your full topic speech, so it would be for 2 minutes maximum.
Any story that motivated me? Okay, let me think about it. Um, uh, there's nothing coming into my mind right now. I
Okay, no
apologize.
problem. No
But
problem.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talha. I encourage you to attend all meetings so
thank you.
that we will learn from you, and together we will learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Rajaram.
Thank you. Thank you
Rajaram,
so
would you
much.
like to participate?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay. In winters, okay, first we used word of the day, Panakia, last resort. Now come toward the theme of the meeting, that is freezy and foggy weather. So do you remember when you went to the school and it's winter time? Do you remember your school time when it's winter?
Yes, I do remember because um, on those days I was practicing about writing. I'm a good writer, and I was competing in a essay writing competition, and I got first position. The school was beyond my village, and I went by my feet and came back by my feet. It was almost 5 kilometers away from my village, and I did, and I won the prize of 500, and those were winter and foggy days. I enjoyed by running and reaching the destination and coming back, and that was very fantastic.
Wonderful experience you shared, Toastmaster Rajaram. Yes, we are very pleased to listen that you were the topper and you wrote a very good essay. So we also hope that you will write a very good speech in future. Looking forward to hear
Yes,
from
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, I want to introduce Miss Arfa. She was present and she left. She belongs to a village area, and she is only girl educated and graduated from her village. And she used to travel 2 hours from her home and reach university. She is my student too, and I instead her to join the meeting. And now she left because her family members are calling to work. That's why, and she will join soon. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are welcome her in our meeting and looking forward to see her as well. Most welcome for her. So, Toastmaster Hannah, would you like to participate and share your last resort moment?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Table topic master, Toastmaster Hina. I have to share my last resort.
Moment.
Okay. As a last resort. Thanks so much, topic master. Day before yesterday, my nephew, my youngest, just give me a moment. Thank you so much, ma'am, table topic master, for giving me such an interesting table topic. Day before yesterday, my youngest nephew was at my place for sleepover. He is 3 years old, and his mommy was very worried because she thought that he won't be able to sleep without her at my place, and he will keep me awake the whole night. So she did not actually wanted me to have any trouble. So she tried to persuade me that please persuade Osama so that he can just come back and sleep with me because he will keep you awake and sort of like that. I thought that I should just let him try. And the whole night he was sleeping very quietly. He just woke up once at 4:30 a.m. and he wanted to have milk. I prepared his feeder, I gave him the feeder, and he went back to sleep. At around 10 a.m. in the morning, his mommy called me that did Osama caused any trouble? I said no, he was perfectly fine. And then Osama revealed that he wanted to sleep at my place again. And his mommy was like, no, please bring him back. But he was not willing to go back, and he stayed with me for 2 whole nights. And when I went today to drop him with his mother, he did not want to stay there. But then when I came out, I brought him back in the car. He recalled that his mommy told him that she will buy him a toy from the shop. So then he just wanted to go back to his mother so that he can go and buy that toy. So that was like, then she said that I told you that just drop him and he will be okay. But I was like, I never wanted that he cry. So now he himself wanted to go, so he went back happily, and that was all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hannah, for the wonderful story you shared. Yes, these are the memories. These are the memories who we elder collect and the children as well. It was all about today's table topic segment. Now we are moving toward the last segment, that is the journal evaluation segment, and Toastmaster Hannah is our journal evaluator for today's meeting. So Toastmaster Hannah, please, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Toastmaster of the day. Dear Toastmasters, evaluation is this is third segment of our meeting, and it is deemed as heart of Toastmasters meeting because it is the most important segment, because in this segment we give our Toastmasters feedback, and this feedback is constructive and positive feedback, and it helps the Toastmasters to grow as leaders. We tell them what are their strengths, and we also tell them which are the areas that can be improved. So, evaluation is very important because it helps Toastmasters in growing as leaders and as communicators. First of all, we will be evaluating our prepared speaker. We had one prepared speaker today, that was Toastmaster Javeria. And I will be evaluating Toastmaster Javeria's speech. Thank you so much, dear Toastmaster Javeria, for revealing that silence is as deep as eternity. The things that I absolutely loved in your speech, number one, the title. Title of speech, Mighty Words, a Mighty Silence, Mere Words. I found it very interesting and it really intrigued me. I really wanted to know what are you going to tell us about silence. Second thing that I love, Toastmaster Javeria, the words that you used in your speech, they painted a beautiful picture of constructive and destructive silence. You, like you told us that uh, well-timed pauses, they are very important. There is constructive silence, there is destructive silence, there is negative silence, there is positive silence, and all of them, they are excellent tools. And silence, it can reflect authority, it creates listening space, it's very important in negotiations, and there is silence in nature, nature grows in silence. They were all the powerful words, they all created a very beautiful picture of how important silence is, and at times how destructive silence can be. Few areas of improvement, Toastmaster Javeria. In your speech, what I missed the most were the personal stories and experiences. I really wanted to listen to a story or experience that was related to positive silence, negative silence, constructive silence, destructive silence, or an experience in which that emphasized the importance of pauses in your life, because personal stories and experiences, they, we human beings love to listen to personal stories and experiences, and they actually emphasize the key message that we are trying to convey to our audience. Second thing, dear Toastmaster, the project was related to vocal variety. So I would like to encourage you to incorporate more of vocal variety in your speech. And if you will share a story or personal experience, that will really help you in incorporating more vocal variety, because then you will be able to use high tone, low tone more if you will be sharing a personal experience or a story. In short, it was a wonderful speech. You used beautiful words that created a very beautiful picture. The title, I found it very interesting. The key message that silence is very important and we must learn the art of silence. It was related to all of us. Just incorporate more stories, personal experiences, and because it was the requirement of the project to incorporate vocal variety. So I would like to encourage you to incorporate more of vocal variety. Looking forward to listening to you in future. Thank you. That was all for speech evaluation. Next, we will be having table topic evaluation. Our table topic evaluator for today, I'm sorry, Who is our table topic evaluator for today? Do we have table topic evaluator?
Toastmaster Faisal.
Dear Toastmasters, please join me in welcoming our table topic evaluator for today. He is a passionate, energetic, enthusiastic Toastmaster. Right now, he is serving as Vice President Public Relations. Please welcome Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal. Toastmaster Faisal, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Ma'am General Evaluator Toastmaster Hannah, for the honors, for allowing me to share my thoughts as the table topic evaluator. So as the table topic evaluator suggests, my role is to share and provide constructive feedback to all the table topic speakers who delivered their speeches in the table topic segment. So we're gonna share some recommendations, we're gonna share some feedback could improve our speech as well. So we're gonna start. So we have because we have very few speakers today. So starting with me, I can't say much about what I said. I can't actually evaluate, but what I could say is I may have taken a bit more time, and I could use a bit silence or pauses in between the speech. I don't know. So moving ahead from my speech, Toastmaster. Javeria talked about her tabletop speech and what were her last resort moment. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Javeria. You always come up with energy, confidence, enthusiasm during your TT speech, and how you share the importance of believing in ourselves, and the importance of consistency is so relatable as well. And the content was very good throughout the speech. And what I could say is any story that I can't recall, but any story you may have shared in your TT speech, it could take a little bit 10, 20 seconds of yourself or either of any other, where they applied the concept of consistency and how they helped them in their journey. So that could bring more impact and encouragement, relatableness to the audience. Thank you so very much. It was a great speech. Moving ahead to our guest, Rajaram. Thank you so much, guest Rajaram, for sharing your winning achievement with us. We are very glad and happy to have you in the meeting. And the way you talked about your winning speech in the meeting was very enjoyable. We could feel your excitement while you were talking about your winning speech story. One more thing I would just suggest you in this stage is to just keep your video on so that we could engage with you as well. And that's how you could express yourself more beautifully with your hand gestures, with your vocal variety and other things. And that's how you could improve as a speaker as well. One more thing I would suggest is you were very briefly talked about your story of winning the speech and how you came back in those freezy or foggy winters. I would suggest you to just expand the story a little bit so that you could take more minutes, because you hardly took 40 seconds or 1 minute for your speech. So I would request you to expand your speech, and you could say that you could even create that story. For example, at that point when I was going to home, something that happened, and I was saying that I met my friend, I told him about this story and how I managed to grab the first award. Anything that you can create during that time duration would make your story more impact. However, we loved to hear your thoughts and best wishes for your future endeavors. Moving ahead, so we have get Toastmaster Talha with us. So Toastmaster Talha, congratulate to you for sharing, first of all, your thoughts and your motivation for not just coming into the meeting, but also your motivation behind your business as well. So we loved to hear your thoughts. You were very clear when you were speaking. We could easily hear you and your words. One more thing I could also suggest you is just you could expand your story further as well, and you could tell us anything that's from mind, but you tell us about the topic. Then if they have asked you about the story, you can say that, so it happened to that day, and I just managed to Google this, and I met with those friends, and I went there, and I started doing this, and that's how it went to this, and that and any different thing in your story that you may want to share or suggest. So anything you can come up with it. And one more thing, we need to just sit in a way that we could feel more confident and active while we are speaking, and that could show our enthusiasm with the audience. Overall, that was a wonderful speech. We are looking forward to hear from you as well. Last
Thank you
but
so
not the
much,
least,
Dr.
uh,
Toastmaster Faisal. And yeah, I was
no,
definitely not prepared this time, and I would come prepared next time, inshallah.
that's wonderful. However, just coming to the meeting also show a lot of preparation and enthusiasm in the meeting, and that's how we're gonna learn. And that's one
Exactly.
of the things that Toastmasters makes us learn is to get yourselves prepared, ready whenever we are not ready and when we don't have the time, and when and how we can cope up with it.
That
Thank
that
you
is
so much, Toastmaster.
exactly, yep. Thank you. That is exactly why I'm here, because sometimes some meetings come up and I'm not ready and I have to, attend those meetings. Even today I have a meeting at 10 p.m. and I know that it is a meeting, but sometimes meetings come and I'm not ready. So that is what I am here to prepare myself for. So inshallah, next time we'll have a better discussion we'll
Sure.
have a better participation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Talha, for sharing your enthusiasm for that as well once again. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, last but not the least, Toastmaster Hannah, thank you so much. The importance of silence is talked about already by Toastmaster Javeri, and how Toastmaster Hannah has showed us that sometimes we also struggle with ideas and we can't come up with stories. And the best thing at that moment we could do is to take a pause. So she took some seconds pause to come up with the idea. And when she took that pause, she came up with a brilliant story with us about his nephew, if I'm not wrong, and how he beautifully managed to talk about from not finding any solution to happiness and not going to any other person's house. So that's the wonderful story that you come up with. Another thing I would just a little bit thing I would say is uh, yes, at some seconds you were not looking at the screen, and that's how we were just trying to make you make connected with you. So I would say that at some seconds you were not looking at the screens. I would suggest you to just do that, and sometimes it happens, but that's how we would want to develop. That's from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Rehana. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Dear Topic Evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal. Now is the time for role players to share their reports with us. First of all, I will like timer Toastmaster Faisal to share his report with us. Toastmaster Faisal, please share your report as timer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rehana. So Toastmaster Juveria has taken 6 minutes and 43 seconds for her prepared speech. So she has qualified and she has given her speech in time. And moving ahead, Toastmasters Veria has taken 2 minutes 13 seconds for her time for her table topic speech. Toastmaster guest Rajaram has taken almost 40 seconds. Toastmaster Talha has taken uh, 50 seconds almost, and Toastmaster Faisal, I don't know about my time. Almost, I have also taken more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, almost 3 minutes. And Toastmaster Johanna has also taken 3 minutes. And that's from my side. Over to you, the general evaluator, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal, for sharing your report as timer. Our next role player who will be sharing the report is our counter for today. Our counter for today is our energetic, enthusiastic Toastmaster, share your report as our counter.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rehana. My role and responsibility today was to look for the pause and the filler words. And overall, we all were in the meeting were very eloquent. I found everybody to be flawless, mostly. A few things, a few suggestions. Toastmaster Faisal used three times. Otherwise, he is flawless. And that was when he was trying to introduce someone. So maybe that is something on spot. There was a word and Toastmaster Rehana used it 4 times only when she was about to introduce somebody. So I think there is a transition which makes us to think to be right when we are going to announce or introduce somebody. So I think that is something cognitive which we can improve. Toastmaster Faisal used twice, otherwise he was flawless during the meeting. Toastmaster, the guest, Talha, has very good communication skills, and he used and very less but interchangeably. And when he was trying to focus on bringing a story to the stage, otherwise he was flawless. And the repeating words used by Toastmaster Hina were its, and that was when she was excited to share something. At times our mind works faster than our words, so it happens, but that was okay. And the guest Raja used the word and quite a lot of times in one sentence. In one sentence, he used and about 5 to 6 times. So he used and while he was thinking. So we can take a pause and then we can improve our sentence. That was all very good speeches today. Thank you so much for the participation. Over to Toastmaster Rehana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divedia, for sharing your report as our counter. Dear Toastmasters, I will be sharing my report as grammarian. I found outstanding use of English language throughout the meeting. Just some of the outstanding words and phrases I will be sharing with you. Silence is as deep as eternity. Well-timed pause, constructive silence, positive silence. Silence creates listening space. Silence needs to be interpreted. Silence helps us release tension. Silence strengthens communications. Silence encourages others to reflect. These were few of the phrases and words that were used by Toastmaster Divedia in her speech. Dear Toastmasters, now I will be sharing my report as General Evaluator. We started our meeting at 6:10 p.m. That was 10 minutes later than we were supposed to start. Time is very important, and it was because we were waiting for people to join. But we must try our best to begin our meeting at sharp 6 p.m. And for that, all of us have to make an effort to join the meeting 10 minutes before 6 p.m. so that the role players are there and we can start our meeting sharp at 6 p.m. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Faisal, he started the meeting with great energy, enthusiasm. Then he handed over the control to me as presiding officer. We had guests, Rajaram, and we had another guest joined us. She was Arfa, but unfortunately we could not have her introduction. Another guest joined us, Ehsan, but we also could not take his introduction. We could not actually talk to him. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hina, she had prepared a very interesting theme. It was related to winters because we are all having winter season. So all of us got a chance to share our experiences related to the winter season. And she actually encouraged all of us to go back in time and share our winter experiences. Related to our, she encouraged all of us to share our childhood experiences of winters. That was really interesting, and she gave all the members who were there a chance to share their experience of winters when they were children. And this helped us in listening to interesting stories from Toastmaster Javeria, Rajaram, and all of them shared interesting stories related to winter season. That was really amazing. Our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Javeria, she delivered a speech that was related to vocal variety, and her speech, uh, there was emphasis on the importance of silence, on the importance of pauses, and all of us know that silence and pauses are really important when we are communicating. Table topic segment, Toastmaster Hina, as table topic master, she asked the speakers very interesting questions, and the speakers, they came up with interesting answers. Table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal, he evaluated the table topic speakers. Uh, he shared the strength that the speaker had, and also he gave he also mentioned the area that needs to be improved. I will also like to appreciate the members who took roles at 11th hour, because some of our role players could not join. Overall, we were very few, like right now we are 7 in the meeting, but we really managed to have an interesting meeting. I hope our guest Rajaram and our new member Toastmaster Talha, they enjoyed the meeting, and uh, they must have learned few things that how our Toastmasters meeting goes. DTM Jia has joined us, and I would like I like to welcome DTM Jia into the meeting, and I will like Talha and Rajaram to share their experience of today's meeting. Toastmaster Talha, please share with us how was your experience of today's meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rihanna. My experience was very good so far, and one thing that I know is that I'm gonna learn a lot. And I'm really looking forward to the next meeting. I still don't have any idea, like I don't have much idea about the roles and all. So I would like you guys to let me know about that. Other than that, everybody did great, and I am really like I know that they'll be wonderful, and I will come prepared for the next meeting, inshallah.
Yes, Toastmaster Talha, you will be learning a lot. And today we were very few in number, but still we managed to have a meeting, because in our usual meeting we have 2 prepared speakers, and today we had 1 prepared speaker. But inshallah, with participation, we will be having more fun-filled and interesting meetings ahead, and we will be explaining the roles to you. And I will also like to encourage you to take a role in the upcoming meeting as well, and that may be one of the tag team roles, like our counter, as Toastmaster Javeria was our counter for today, and she was listening to all of us. She was keeping a record of our ahs, filler words that we were using, and then she shared her report with us. So I will like you to take a role in the upcoming meeting as well, and that will be fun at the beginning of your learning experience.
Inshallah, I will make sure to get a role next time.
Thank you. Rajaram, did you find the meeting interesting? Please share your experience of
Yes,
today's
ma'am.
with us.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A few months ago, I used to join this meeting, and there were a lot of people, and I used to stay quiet as a guest and used to learn. But today, I was supposing that this meeting will be same, but I got a chance to speak, and I was not prepared, but I took a chance to speak. It was fantastic. Next time, I will be prepared, and today I was learning, and that was a amazing meeting that I learned a lot, how to prepare, how to speak, and how to cure your mistakes, and altogether it was a amazing session, and in the next session I will use my camera too, and I will speak as your room leader.
Thank you so much, Rajam. It was fun hosting you, and we will love to host you in the upcoming meeting as well. We have our meetings on Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m. Do join us on Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m. And we will love to host you in our next meeting as well. And I hope that you will learn a lot, and we will also learn a lot from you. Thank you so much. Dear Toastmasters, I hope all of you enjoyed the meeting. And now, if anyone wants to share his or her experience, he or she can share with us. Toastmaster Faisal, Toastmaster Hina, DTM Jia, Toastmaster Javeria. If you have anything to share, please do share with us. Related to today's meeting, how we can make our meeting better, please share with us.
Yes, Toastmaster Rehana, I would like to share my thoughts about the meeting. But before that, may I request Guest Rajaram, please share your contact number, either email address in the chat box. I am the Vice President of Public Relations (VPPR) of this club, so that we could get in touch with the future meetings as well. Guest Rajaram. Thank you so very much for sharing your credentials. We would love to host you in future meetings as well. And I could recall, yes, that I have heard the name of guest Rajaram somewhere. So I was right, yes. You have joined us in future meetings, and we are very glad that you have joined us again.
Thank you
As
very
far
much,
as
sir. I'm sorry, there is a light issue, load shedding. That's why I was turning my router on off, and that disturbs my meeting too. Sorry for that.
no problem, Toastmaster, guest Rajaram. We can all relate to these technical glitches. We all are